Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So in today's video we'll be obviously talking about the weather, and we'll be especially going over the next few days. It's looking kind of dry. There could be a few areas with thunderstorms, and then we'll take a glance at the long range, see what the models are showing. There is a sign that there could be a more active pattern coming towards the central United States, really just the southern to eastern, pretty much everywhere. So we will see. That is just a very kind of iffy, really, it's not really confirmed, right? It's just a little indication for now. But yeah, hopefully, if you guys are new, you could check out the channel, watch this video, see if you like it. If you do, give a thumbs up and subscribe. If not, that's perfectly fine. And if you're a returning viewer, liking the video also helps out a ton, or subscribing if you haven't. Alright, let's get into this video. Okay, so I want to begin by looking at the radar of the United States. Again, I look at the WGN radar for my local weather service, so that's why it was initially a bit zoomed in. Alright, notice the continuous United States. If you were to zoom out, there we go, I have Alaska and Hawaii. Goodness, that's a large country. So that's why it makes it tricky to forecast for it, right? So many places. Alright, notice we have a lot of activity, especially towards the eastern United States. Really, these storms aren't severe. They are moving pretty slowly where they do occur. Notice here are some faster storms, but especially up along here, very slow moving systems, and no severe weather, but they do have very heavy rain. So where they do occur, they could drop quite a good amount of rain. So that's definitely good for the areas that need it. Not good for Arkansas, Mississippi. They've had just so much rain. It's not really, they don't really need that. But yeah, this will start moving away. Notice more kind of strong, severe thunderstorms are further to the north. Notice across Minnesota, right there into International Falls. The Twin Cities actually even got a bit of thunderstorms right there. You can see there's one literally just over the downtown. It's actually a bit further to the south and east. If you live from Minneapolis, or you are from Minneapolis and you're watching this video, let me know if you were under this thunderstorm. It's obviously not covering all of the city, but a good amount. Look at that. Minneapolis is a bigger city than I thought. Well, I mean, I knew it was the biggest city in Minnesota. I think it's the biggest in the Midwest outside from Chicago. But yeah, get back on topic. Notice we have a nasty line right there moving into northern United States into southern Canada. And look at that. We have some even developing kind of behind this main line. International Falls got raked through with that. You can see right there. Look at that. That's pretty powerful. Definitely a severe threat with that. And then across Canada, we don't have really access to the radar here, but because of the warmth and how far it's been up, it definitely a severe weather threat into Canada, and it's actually been ongoing there for several days. Yeah, more than even here in Chicago. My area hasn't seen a single alert of any sort of winter, with severe thunderstorm, tornado warning. Thank goodness not about that one. But that's why it's also been super dry. Notice again, look at that, severe thunderstorm watches, even very far to the north and obviously right here. Let's see what's associated with this line. Severe thunderstorm watch. I wanted to click on warning. Okay, so it's Toonie size hail. I think that's a Canadian, because I don't really understand that. Toonie size, I don't really know what that is, but 100-kilometer wind gusts, so again, around 60 to 70, and you can see heavy downpours are likely and pooling on roadways. So yeah, definitely a significant threat there. And you can see maybe a few warned here, not that much, and it's more of a flooding issue, as you can see across these locations. Goodness, that is definitely concerning. And we do actually have a stray severe thunderstorm across Texas. Okay, let's go back to the GFS now and start talking about this short range pattern. Really, what's going on in the next few days? What's going to happen? Well, the this big system that is right now across the East Coast delivering those showers. I just noticed that my mic has been kind of a bit further away. I do apologize about that. Hopefully now it's a bit louder. Notice that it moves away very slowly and stubbornly, but it moves away. So those showers and storms through probably the weekend will continue to just occur. But I do want to say where our concern grows is, well, notice the system right now that is across the northern United States into southern Canada, it doesn't really go far. Kind of starts falling back down as if it's getting pushed down by gravity. even though that's not how it works in this situation. Notice into the UP and upper Michigan and into southern Canada. Very nice showers, no really severe threat, but it definitely could combine with the precip and force from this system, the forcing, and could squeeze out a few storms, especially across the UP there on really into Friday morning, or sorry, Thursday afternoon. But I do want to say that a low pressure that is right now causing severe weather across Canada could definitely cause quite a bit of severe weather across the plains. So yeah, the Dakota, South Dakota area and Montana have seen quite a bit of severe weather these past few days. I know there's one location that I think saw over 7 or 8 inches of rain, which is just really not good. Even though they're in a drought, that is just too much. But notice the system, once again, pushes out a lot of thunderstorms. Yeah, definitely a well-developed system into southern Canada, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and this is into late Thursday, into early Friday, so tomorrow and into tomorrow night. And then notice that pushes into potentially Minnesota, maybe a bit more or less organized. Again, the models don't have a perfect handle. You would notice this does continue into even Illinois, Iowa, and one Saturday occurs. There could even be enough forcing, and the environment is very humid and moist, where some of these thunderstorms could pop up well, away from the system. I mean, you can see that that's how far the low pressure is, but the cold front is still affecting portions of Davenport and into, Missouri, with some rain across Saturday morning and into Saturday afternoon potentially as well. Notice the cold front actually intensifies right there. It's completely split off, but it just rakes potentially into the East Coast. All right, after that, really the threat winds down for really anything significant. Notice there are a few clusters we'll have to watch for into Kansas that moves into Oklahoma. This is into Monday and into Monday evening. Notice there is another cold front potentially into late Monday into Tuesday across the Midwest. Doesn't look strong. Mainly some scattered showers. Maybe a few isolated thunderstorms, most likely not severe. It could get a bit stronger as it pushes towards the south though. Notice we are now kind of in an area of dry weather. Thursday, Friday, nothing much. You can see a cluster pushes down into Minnesota, but this is what happens next. So we have residual moisture kind of streaming in from the west. Notice that could drop a bit of rain for the drought-stricken west, and look at this. It starts combining with the moisture from the south. So again, you can see the East Coast starts getting more active. We see quite a bit of rain potentially riding up, and again, this is at this point pretty far out. This is already June 19th, so 10 days out, and notice more rain across Kansas and into Oklahoma. Nothing really significant across the Midwest yet, which is pretty bad as they're pretty dry. But notice this thing, again, the system off the Pacific Ocean. Look at that, quite a bit of moisture into the mountains, and it eventually spills out into the plains. And look, we could see just a little bit of severe weather. You could see those highlights. Obviously, some rain with that. And then notice Monday into Tuesday pushes into Illinois, Michigan. You can see all along these kind of this diagonal line, we have storms flaring up, and even some tropical disturbances coming in onto the United States. So again, activity in pretty much all senses. And notice that cold front gets dragged on into the eastern United States, the northeast, and right before, as soon as that one's down, we see another kind of increase of moisture across the west, and that evolves into another day potentially of severe weather and some rain across Kansas, and into, again, pushing into Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, before then pushing into the northeast. Regarding that tropical storm, you can see this has probably a tropical storm, maybe a category 1 hurricane, which again, this is very far out, but it has it hitting Mexico and then pushing into California, potentially some of this moisture riding towards the southwest. We'll have to see. But again, as you saw right there, the pattern definitely gets active through, say, 240 hours, or let's just do 200. Notice, not much rain, right? Where it does fall, it's really towards the south and maybe across southern Canada. We definitely see a flare-up as I extend this towards 384 hours. And obviously, from that tropical system as well. But yeah, definitely quite a bit of more moisture. Nothing I would say insane, but compared to what we've been having, definitely a potential increase. The Canadian model, if you were to look at it, again, notice it doesn't show much. The reason being, it only goes out to 240. And this pattern change that the GFS is hinting at is mainly kind of hinted at after this 240-hour mark. You may be wondering, okay, why am I showing you this far out? But the reason is that the GFS has been hinting at this more active pattern for the past few days, and it started at around the kind of 300-hour. Now it's down to like the 240 timeline, and it's still keeping itself together with the activity. So again, consistency, that's good. The trend is there, and we'll just have to keep that monitored and see if the Canadian model or the European picks up on that. Notice it does show that cold front pushing into the northeast or Midwest into this weekend, and then we have that cluster across, potentially some sort of MSCS mesoscale cluster. As you can see, it really peaks intensity overnight actually, and then showers, storms again, really kind of a period of quiet time. Notice a lot of moisture here, no tropical storm, but a lot of moisture according to the Canadian, and we do start seeing larger systems potentially. You can see there we have a cold front, no large storm like the Canadian showed, kind of just pushing towards the east, but definitely a sign of more activity. And if you're to take a look at the European model, which I actually have pulled up right here, let's take a glance at it. Notice that we have, again, our system today, which is right now across Canada. Again, could cause quite a few storms for the UP. Nothing too significant, but definitely there. Notice right there, look at that. Into love. This is actually Thursday overnight. Definitely a few systems to say the least. Notice, look at this across the east. Still those showers and storms developing, but look at this. This is really impressive. We see a very strong line of thunderstorms developing into early Friday morning. So tomorrow night evening there will be probably a ton of storms popping up in this fashion, and then as they push on with time, they will evolve into this straight line wind event. Shouldn't really be holding itself for too long, but you know, you can see that the European does take this almost into potentially the Twin Cities and into Kansas City right there. And again, it does seem that there will be some sort of re-intensification into Saturday across further south into Illinois, maybe Michigan again, and potentially the Northeast with that low pressure, which actually develops a second one off that kind of cold front. And then notice in the future a little bit of activity across Kansas, a bit wetter towards the south, and if we were to zoom out a bit, we would see that it also hints at quite a bit of moisture moving into the Mexican land, and that definitely is going to be something to watch for, as this could slide up to the north and affect much more people than just in Mexico. You know, it's not a far away problem. If it's in Mexico, it's probably going to come up here in terms of weather. And then notice that we have a low pressure that comes through southwestern Canada. Look, boom, right there, quite a bit of precipitation. But the European again keeps the US pretty dry, but it does increase activity a bit. You can see a bit right there. Again, tons of precip right there. And yeah, again, it doesn't go out as far, so we could see what's its kind of long ranges, but that's what we have for now. And you can see, again, a lot of moisture to the south, but everyone stays high and dry for the next kind of 1 to 2 weeks. Actually, I remembered that you can take a look at what the European shows beyond the 240 hours if you look on this website, weathermodels.com. I used to use this during the winter. And notice, right, so this is what it showed to 2 hours up to 240, and again, it's what I showed you on that website, Pivotal Weather. But I can go farther here. Notice what it does show. Look at that, a system across the Midwest. Potentially severe weather, again, similar to what the GFS was indicating. Look at that, as it pushes into the Northeast. Definitely something significant potentially. Look at this one right here. We have a tropical storm of some kind moving in from the south, you could see, across Louisiana. And then we have, I showed you this, look, another kind of a flurry of events going on, and this eventually pushes into the Northeast. So again, I would say activity potentially to increase as we push into June, which is definitely something we'll have to keep an eye on for. Let's take a look at the ensembles, for example, at this storm, or just kind of this timeline, which we could take a glance at. Looking, come on, let's leave it right here and start looking at these models. I don't know why I have to click on individual ones, but take a look at this random ensemble I clicked on. 240, you can see right there, showing some increased activity even before the 240 hours. Again, dates don't really matter. This is still too far out, but notice it does show some increased activity there across the northeast, some storms. And towards the end, it does start flaring up some storms as well. So a bit of a calmer, I would say, model, but it definitely has kind of the same trend. Look at this one, showing quite a bit of storms across the upper Midwest and shifting towards the Great Lakes region. Yeah, this one definitely a bit more aggressive and showing kind of actually several systems moving through. So yeah, potentially a active pattern coming hold. If you're to look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, which is kind of when this could start taking shape, below average are favoring. Again, this doesn't mean no precip will happen, but they are favoring drier conditions, but still not as dry as what we've been in. You can see this is what they're predicting for a bit further less out. And if you're to describe the current pattern, this would be in the darkest of the color of brown. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all guys in the next episode. See ya. Bye.